Hey, what's going on out there, everybody? Welcome to another Addicted Fishing podcast. I know it's been a while. We always have that excuse when it's honestly been a while. Yeah. Got Jason and Blair in the house today. Jason from Steel Obsession.
What's up, guys?
Even though you're catching salmon right now, so how's that work?
We could go with Springer Obsession Guide Service right now.
There you go.
I'm all right with it.
Why not Chrome Obsession Guide Service?
Honestly, I was thinking about that a couple weeks ago. I was thinking about maybe doing a little bit of a name switch, but I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of
in
like
it,
I'm pretty locked in with Steel Obsession.
Steel Obsession. Then we got Blair over there with BGS.
Yo.
What's that stand for?
Blair's Guide Service.
Blair's Guide Service. Is that all it stands for?
Sound it out.
Is that all it stands for? Got Blair over here. We're going to talk a little bit about Summer Chinook, guys, because as we are filming this and recording this, we're getting ready. We're heading into Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
We got some openers coming up. We got a little early gift. And even though those are technically spring Chinook that are still pouring through, even though the Bonneville count's kind of so-so, there's guys catching a lot of really nice fish out there right now. And pretty soon you're going to see a lot of those blackface fish over at Bonneville. Those ones with the dark jaws and those dark bellies kind of. All of a sudden, you're going to start seeing those white-jawed fish showing up at Bonneville, and that is the indication that the summer run is here.
They have started.
It started. How's spring Chinook going right now, Jason?
Spring Chinook has been pretty solid, very consistent.
Got a little rain today.
Yeah, it was
last couple of days.
Really nice. We were getting down pretty much into like summertime flows.
What's been different about this year than the last couple of years? Number of fish, how you're fishing them, anything cool?
I would say main thing this year that I've noticed is water temperature. We're not getting super warm. We've stayed
you're right.
Cool.
We haven't stayed super warm. It's been freaking annoying.
Yeah, it's been feeling like a winter steelhead.
It's made the bass bite kind of really challenging. I'm really upset about it. Oh wait, we're not talking about that. Blair, what about you? What's different about this year than last year? You've been up at freaking the gorge just raking them over the coals last 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
That's it?
The run just fell flat on its face.
Yeah, I agree.
It seems like.
I was waiting to hear that from you because I had that same sentiment that I think sometimes you have those gorge fisheries and they're going and spring Chinook numbers are going, and then all of a sudden you get a little rain. It kind of puts a little fuel to their fins, a little fuel to their fire, and they motor up right past us, and then it kind of gets a little ho-hummy. There's still fish to be caught, though.
Still some fish to be caught, but like you said, they definitely get more on the move.
With the state announcing these extra spring Chinook days, I really, they gave us the weekend before, which honestly was kind of a bust. I went out there and actually targeted steelhead that day, and kind of some of the haunts I fished that morning. Water was already pretty darn low in the Columbia. Like it was, 4 or 5 foot lower than I kind of was hoping it to be for some of these spots to be more productive. But there was still a lot of summer steelhead to get caught and getting caught. But the summer, the salmon scene was definitely offshore, deeper.
Not quite here yet.
In between.
Yeah, in between. My buddy Casey was trolling them up out of 80 feet of water at 30 foot down, just super suspended, just like they do, kind of like more like the end of June. That's just the conditions, what you get. But with that said, they gave us, Memorial Day weekend, so everyone's going to get another salmon shot at them. I know the guys have been up there beating up the steelhead pretty good. But what we really get, and what I'm really excited about for all you guys listening out there, is like they gave us June 12th through 15th. They already had the actual true dedicated summer Chinook season set for June 16th, which because at the stroke of midnight on June 15th, they automatically, every fish in the Columbia River
becomes
a summer. Did you know that?
every year happens every year.
That's just for a sport fishing, man. Believe it or not, they actually do still adjust the numbers. Not every fish that swims over Bonneville Dam on June 16th would be considered a summer Chinook because there's still pit tag representation in the numbers. And so even though sometimes we see big dam counts and we think they're all summer Chinook, the state is actually walking some of those number back or adding them to the spring run. So it's not just that, but because of the sport fishery management, June 16th, well, they're all summers. And by George, we get another quota. So cool. But with that said, we were only going to get 4 days, the 16th through the 19th.
They gave us 3 extra days?
So they gave us those 3 extra days, or 4 extra days, the 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. Yeah, 4 extra days on that second week of June, which I think is pivotal because that, to me, changes everything.
And we kind of felt like we were going to get some extra days in there. Like a 4-day season is crazy.
Oh, we didn't touch those. Because before June 16th,
We had a bunch
against
of Springer quota.
Yeah, we didn't touch them.
They let us fish before they got here and right after they went by. That's what they did.
Amazing how that works.
Really nice.
Yeah, weird, right?
Well, if we got to fish when they're here, we'd only get 2 days. You know, that's the way it works.
Sure.
Unfortunately, we're not producing enough. Thanks, Wild Fish guys. Anyways, but no, June 12th through 15th to me is going to be my summer Chinook season because I've always said it, and it doesn't seem to matter. And with what we've got for snowpack and runoff coming, and we're seeing a little bit of increase. I kind of watch the pool levels just because a lot of it, you know, there's a lot of bass tournaments, a lot of association there with what's going on in those 3 pools above Bonneville. So things are kind of coming up, but definitely not like a high spring and a high summer that we're used to. Believe it or not, like the month of June is the highest average outflow for water at any month for any time of year on the Columbia River. It's June. The reason why it's June is because you got all that snowmelt coming from Idaho, eastern states, way up in the Cascades, Oregon.
And I think they just ran it all through May is what it felt like.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like I'm not
by
hearing
June it's going to be 2 feet, 3 feet would be my guess. Columbia.
Right. And so I think I've always said that I'd rather fish the second week of June than the third week of June when it comes to true, like, white-bellied, big son-of-a-gun summer Chinook, right? And also, and that's even with the water level being high, because, I mean, if I can sit my fat, lazy old butt on anchor and sit there and get in their way and just let them all, with the higher water, and have them all compress against the bank and run with the steelhead and the sockeye.
Yeah.
Gotta talk a little bit about sockeye.
They're
I'm
a
good
lot
with it.
easier to catch.
I don't think that's going to happen this year. I think the
No.
fish are going to come earlier because we have lower water.
Yep.
I think it's going to be just like what Case experienced last week. I think it's going to be a trolling 30 foot down with 360s and clear water. What do you guys think?
And two out of our last 3 years have been like that.
Yeah, we haven't had a good anchor year in a while.
We haven't had a big, 15, 16 foot Columbia. I think once out of the last 3-4 years, but we used to get it every June. It felt like there would be they'd be running a bunch of water and the fish would all be shoved against the bank, and that's really fun.
Yeah, it's just let them all swim by your boat.
Yeah, instead of some of them being on the bank with thinking they're a steelhead and some of them being out in 40 feet of water.
I mean, it is nice when the troll fishery is going on because then it's like, what time do you guys want to meet?
Yeah.
7?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We don't have to go get a spot. We just get out there and just jump right on in.
It does take some stress off of you when you don't have to worry about somebody being in your anchor spot.
What's the biggest summer Chinook you've gotten, Blair?
Last year I caught one that I figured was like 32. That's probably, but we had to let it go.
Oh, of course.
But that's probably and they're always, when you have to let them go, you just are kind of taking a guess.
Yeah.
But as far as over that 30-pound range, I've probably had, 4 or 5 in the last 7 years.
Yeah. It's funny because they are bigger on the average, but I don't seem to get like my biggest fish of the year in the summer Chinook fishery. And everybody calls them the June hogs and goes crazy for them. I mean,
I did have a couple last year that just had their way with us. Flew out of the water twice, finally got ahead of the flasher, and cut us off on one of the swivels that I would have liked to get a handle on.
yeah, big heartbreakers. Yeah, they're tough on gear and tough on clients.
They're
hard. You got to
to
know how to like fight a fish on a 360 to make that happen.
There's no fish that will wreck you more than these fish in June and July, I feel.
They're going a ways and they're swimming fast.
Oh, they're mean, dude.
Right. These things are going to go something like 200 to 300 miles.
Yeah.
And you hook them, and it's like, it's just like a different deal than a Springer or a fall Chinook.
Oh, yeah. Springers don't fight worth a crap.
No.
Sorry. Not on 360 gear and 12 feet of water. You crank on them twice, and you're already grabbing the net to put them away.
Yeah.
No,
I
summer Chinook.
just don't think they know that they're even hooked. I think they're just
they're still
shocked.
still freaking out. Like water clarity's not as good as those summers.
Their fight is just like, which is so annoying. I'd rather have them go on a little run. Their fight is like on the surface, throwing their head.
Yep.
That's like them thinking that they're fighting.
Right. I think people make the mistake with springers too. It's like they don't reel fast enough because, like you said, those fish are just they're pointed at you the whole time, throwing their head around. Where those summers will run your butt around.
Yep.
50-pound leader, 30, 40.
50.
You're gonna go with fall fishing stuff. You ain't messing around.
No.
With
And I had a couple last year just wreck me on 50.
Crazy.
But they're bigger, faster, stronger.
So you think with the lower water, you think with the lower temperatures, is it going to be a coon shrimp spinner game, anchovy, herring, straight spinner, super bait, spin fish? What's it going to be? What's Big Johnson here? Blair Johnson, Big Johnson's way of. What are you thinking this year?
I think it's going to depend on water temp. But right now we're going to start with what we're doing for some springers. But I'm guessing, just what I'm seeing, the water, that we're going to have low water, and I'm guessing we're going to have some warm days, and you're going to watch that water spike. And so from the beginning of the season, even if it's only 9 days, we're probably going to see some changes just in those 9 days.
I know what sucks is, like, I was thinking about that too, and you brought up the water temperature. That's a huge point, because sometimes when we get these longer stretching summer Chinook season that go into July, I'll just say it because we're not going to see it this year. There's some cold water estuaries that come into play when the temperatures ramp up. But by June 19th, even if we get a heat wave right now, I don't think we're going to see those temperatures and see that concentration of fish in the cooler water. I don't think we're going to see that this year, which is kind of unfortunate, because you want a quick way to rip on some summer Chinook. That's one quick way to do it. But
And last year they closed it right when it happened.
Right.
We got like 1 day.
Remember, was it 2 years or 3 years ago? We had it for like 2 weeks. It was just like the thing.
Yeah, but we all went to Buoy 10 and it was still open. So the guys that stayed back home,
the end of July. That was 3 or 4 years ago. Where I went the whole month of July. Yeah,
they smashed.
Yeah. No. What the hell are we going to Buoy 10 for? Jeez, summer Chinook are so much better.
Once you catch them all, they're gone though. That whatever fish were sitting there
got whacked, and
once they scattered.
It's kind of like when they open certain tributaries for springers. You get them for 2 days and then they're all dead.
Yeah. And last year we almost got that. Like it was set to be open through a certain amount of time, and it got closed. We only got like 1 day. Or for some reason they closed it early or something. But we were like last year, halfway through June, we were almost 70. We were like 68 last year because it was 2 feet right away, just like now. I think it's going to be very similar. It seems like.
It seems like it. I don't hear, usually this time of year you're hearing about all the snowpack that's starting to melt and how Idaho rivers and everything on the east side's like flooding and mudding out. But I mean, shoot, when we were out last weekend doing a little trolling around, I'm like, God, this water's like 8 foot of viz. It's clear.
And we had some 80-degree days just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So whatever
it didn't do much though.
No.
It felt like the flow picked up for a few days, but it didn't muddy anything up.
No, the temp came up a little bit too, but it didn't.
Yeah,
right?
we're at like 54, which is like darn near what we started our season up there a month ago.
Yeah, it's weird. We had one nice week of weather. Now it just feels like we're back in like early April stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the weird thing. We started, like, we got warm really fast, right? Which we did not start warm last year. We warmed up through this May time frame, but we started it at whatever it is, 54, and now we're a month later, we're still at 54 because it's kind of cooled down. We're in this like cold snap right now, and it's lasted for a couple weeks.
Dude, and it was cold. I fished a bass tournament on the coast, and the coast this time of year should be like mild, mid 60s, dude. It felt like a
40s.
Dude, it was windy. It was cold every day. It was about the miserable fishing you could possibly deal with. And it was like, okay, I did this tournament back in like early March, and it was like that.
Yeah.
And it was like the middle of May now, and it's still the same freaking thing.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
Oh, annoying. I know Marlon's going to do a ton of bank fishing because he's a bank maggot through and true. It's just the way it is. Triple wobblers. What do you guys think on that? You going to go out there, Jason, do any of that stuff?
Yeah, I'll probably go out and join him for a couple days.
What's your favorite wobbler? What's your favorite color? Let's hear it. Yeah, Marlon's yelling in the back room, the blur pole. I was waiting for that.
I was going to say like the cerise one, whatever.
That's the blur pole.
Yeah.
With the blue, like the dark purple with the blue or the darker
it's got
purple
like
stripe.
kind of like black edges on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, blurple.
Fire.
Chrome backed blurple. You don't do any. Blair, you and I probably do more of the trolling thing, but man, I've done.
I grew up a bank maggot, but I didn't get into the.
It's okay. It's an affectionate term, guys. I don't really. I say that. I was giving Marlon some crap.
Dude, most of my buddies are bank guys. I love.
Dude, it's
bank
an efficient
fishing.
way to fish. You're fishing 3 wobblers per rod.
I tell people all the time I could go get my limit quicker from the bank, probably.
Yeah.
And if you know the fish are moving, it's like why not keep your gear
Then going
stationary
and grabbing
let
my
them come to
boat
you?
and launching and having all the time to pull the boat out. Like if I can run down the river and just throw a rod out when I know they're coming through.
I mean, it's a lot of work, but
Both of them are a lot of work.
I wasn't triple wobbler fishing. I'm just talking about I grew up plunking.
Yeah, Marlon basically was saying it was a lot of work here in the back of the podcast, and it is a lot of work. But man, I can tell you, like, you're fishing 3 lures per rod. Like, if you're going to sit on a boat in 30 feet of water and fish 3 guys, well, you're either fishing 3 wobblers. You can double stack them and fish 6, sure, but you go on the bank, you can fish 9.
Yeah.
Tell me it's like accuracy by volume, spray and pray, baby. Like, you're gonna get them. And,
just like 3 spin glows.
Yeah.
I mean, you have an advantage if you have the means to go drop lines. You have a huge advantage.
Yeah, you gotta watch the tide a little bit. I mean, I know for like guiding, one thing we like to do is, we get out there on the slack tides and we do get to fish all day. But those guys that are taking advantage of that triple wobbler fish, you're gonna get them this year. They're going to be deep. The water's going to be clear. They probably don't have to be as accurate with like where they're going to be.
Well, how much they're covering a 15-foot.
Yeah, and there's right. There's like 10 feet between each wobbler.
Yeah.
They don't have to drop it on them.
Yeah, one rod is covering what, like 2 boats.
It's kind of like a shotgun spread.
Accuracy by volume, exactly. Lots of BBs in that shell.
Yeah, but I did have I had 2 favorite wobblers like back in the day when we were wobbler fishing. One was like an old Alvin that was like. It was like a rainbow, but it was kind of painted all the way through, kind of like a dull rainbow, and then just the half and half, like brass and silver.
My favorite Alvin was one that was just like blue, like the chrome blue based. That's it. Big single hook on it.
Back in the day when I fished a lot with Pops out there with Alvins a lot, it was always he would have the chrome with the blue dot. And I would have the chrome with the red dot, and then we'd usually have like a chartreuse or
a light bulb or something out.
Yeah,
yep.
Something else.
Oh yeah, the light bulb. Yeah,
dude, that chrome with the blue or red dot.
It sucks. I got some access to some lower Columbia area, and we actually had 2 days that I scheduled this group because they own the house now on the Columbia. They wanted me to come down and guide them 2 days. Unfortunately, they set the season just short of those 2 days. It should be open for steelhead and sockeye. But, yeah, we're not going to get a chance at some of the Chinook. Oh, trust me, Blair, you want to fish there.
I know guys that run lines right above there.
You want to fish there.
I know where you're talking about.
Yeah, so we're going to try to do something
fish there.
Yeah, technically anybody can. That is true. But, yeah, so it's just kind of like, well, that's what happens when they give you a 4-day season. It kind of messes things up a little bit. I thought we'd at least get till the 25th or 26th, but.
We might.
Right. It's only till the 19th. That's why those 4 Marlins, I said, it's only till the 20th. It's like, actually, it's the 19th. But the thing is, when they gave us that 12th through the 15th little saving grace to this season, guys. So if you're looking at going out there, guys, and you want to hit up Blair, get them for summer Chinook season, hit myself up. We'll get you guys out. Jason, you're going to be doing some summer steelhead rafting, though.
Yeah, I'll be doing summer steelhead raft trips.
You love it when the Columbia's open, don't you?
Yes, it definitely eases up some pressure.
All us jack wagons are sitting there in the Columbia fighting for them, and you just get all the summer steelhead and late springers.
I will say, sometimes you guys pick them off pretty good out there in the big river, but I get my share.
What about sockeye? Yeah. Sockeye is going to open up on June 16th. I do not know if
it's supposed to be good. Right?
Yeah, so it's supposed to be 400,000. And I didn't notice in any of these extensions if sockeye was going to open up the 12th, which is really going to suck because just like I was saying about the summer Chinook showing up, at least in our area, the lower Columbia, the second week of June, the sockeye are there too, in droves. So I really hope, you might want to maybe put a phone call in for that because that's going to suck if it's not open because you're going to throw a lot of them back if you're a coon shrimp guy.
Yeah.
Last year, you and I both sat side by side, and we caught summer steelhead, we caught Chinooks, we caught summer Chinook, and we caught
all of them.
Yeah,
sockeye.
It was a blast.
Yeah.
We ran shrimp, and
that's right. We only got like a day or two
all on the same gear.
Yeah,
we decided maybe we're not going to go kill 10 Chinook, but we're going to catch whatever bites this millennial coon shrimp.
Yeah.
And they all did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then if I remember right, we only got to do like 2 days of that, and then the water got too low, and it just turned into a troll bite.
Yeah.
That's right. I do remember that. Yeah, because we got the first 2 days were epic.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, we'll see what happens this year, guys. Hope to see you guys out there. Like I said, if you guys hit up Jason, hit up Blair, hit up myself, get you guys out there for some of that summer Chinookin. A lot of good stuff coming in June. I don't think we got any announcements, so we're going to wrap this up and get to the live feed because we're going to talk about anchor fishing. If you guys haven't checked out that live show, be sure to go on YouTube. You should be able to check it out after the fact. And we're going to be talking about anchor fishing and targeting sockeye, salmon, and steelhead all at the same time while on anchor. And the last little cookie for those of you guys have stayed till the end of this podcast, we have an official launch date for the knife, for the Advantage fillet knife, and it is going to be on June 30th. Stay tuned for that, guys. I'm sure you'll hear about it. We're excited. Everyone's excited, but that is the official drop date. So with that said, we'll see you guys on the next one.
Cheers.
Later.